Dude, this movie turned my head upside down. I was flabbergasted. I was baffled at the ending. I literally stood up in my chair. I was like, what? Why did that happen? Why did you do that? The first half of this movie, I was so enticed. Dude, I was so enticed. I was feeling it. It was mysterious. And then the middle got there. I was like, okay, when are we going to leave this? And then the ending, I was just like, dude, throw in the fucking towel. I am still, a week later, after watching the movie, baffled on how this ending came about. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ray, and welcome to Lost Legend TV. I am here to talk about a movie that I watched, and it just blew me away, not in a good way per se. This movie is called Salvation, okay? And I believe it has a 2019 release, even though multiple pages have different release years for some reason. I can't find this on IMDb. It is on Rotten Tomatoes, but there is absolutely no fucking information. There is no audience score. There is no tomato meter. There are no reviews. There are no comments. It is blank. It is empty. So Salvation 2019, I'm just gonna go with 2019, okay? It's a mystery thriller movie, and it starts out about this guy and his family, and he is searching for his wife and daughter. This is kind of like post-apocalypse. I could hang with that. Yeah, sure. And yes, I'm going to be ranting on this movie because you had me, you sucked me in, and you slapped me in my fucking face. It's a little long, it's over 2 hours long, but here's a synopsis of the movie. An apocalypse survivor in search of his lost is drawn into a deadly creation myth. Yeah, that's all the information you get. But I'm gonna break this down on what's happening, or my theory about what's happening here. So the movie starts out, it is about this guy named Danny who was searching for his wife and his daughter, his young daughter. So apparently there's this separation of people. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain this because all of this information that I'm giving you is thrown at you with little to no context, and then it's never explained. So I'm trying my best to paint the picture if you have not seen the movie. So apparently there is this divide in society, right? Danny is part of the minority who believes, hey, do not drink any kind of water unless it is bottled water. Because apparently there is this sickness going around, or there's this altering DNA. Nah, that's not a good explanation there. Mother Nature is trying to take the world back in a way that if you drink the water, it makes you sick in a way where your blood kind of coagulates together and the proteins in them will completely manifest itself outside of your body. Red flag number one is this weird fucking face they make. Like, it is weird, it is creepy. I'll show a picture right here. Freak me the fuck out because the mom's doing it and nobody knows that yet. They have found people that are doing this, and Danny firmly believes it's because of the water, and he makes a valid point because he's testing. If you put blood in this water, it mixes normally. If you put blood in this water, like earth water, tap water, guess what? It's not supposed to do that. So it jumps timelines between the past and the present. While he is searching for his wife and daughter, he does find multiple bodies which are just completely covered in this white substance of protein that covers the body. Now, when I saw this, I was fucking terrified because, hear me out on this. The thing I love about The Last of Us is that it is so different between the zombie apocalypse, right? The zombie apocalypse at this point is just a zombie apocalypse. You know, if you get bitten, it's airborne, whatever. You turn into a zombie, whatever. You survive and you die, you come back as a zombie, whatever. The rules are the rules. The thing that terrifies me about The Last of Us is that it is this fungus that slowly takes over your mind. And for one, it's a real life fungus that actually exists. Cordyceps can infiltrate bugs, kill them, and still control their dead bodies with the mind. That is fucking terrifying. If that happens to a fucking human, I'm going to Mars. But this is in the same vein because let's say that you drink this water and Mother Nature is trying to take back and killing off the human races and animals and shit by turning your body into fucking protein. For one, you start having these muscle spasms like red flag number one, and you slowly lose control of your body. And when I came across this scene in the movie where he finds these fucking dead bodies and what happens to them after they've been decayed so long, you're basically encapsulated in this fucking foam that comes out of your mouth that is like this really white pasty, just pure fucking protein, and it's fucking disgusting. I find that fucking terrifying. Yeah, the premise had me. I was like, dude, that fucking sucks. That's different. While Danny is still searching for his wife and daughter, he gets caught in a bear trap. I'm like, dude, that fucking sucks. You're fucked, buddy. And then he is saved by this young girl named Sam. Sam then takes care of him. And at this point in the movie, I'm like, okay, alright. So he's gonna heal up, he's gonna have a sidekick, and he's gonna continue to search for his wife and daughter, right? No. Yeah, you heard me correctly. The main premise of the movie, out the fucking window. Because only one time after he's healed up does he even mention that he has a wife and daughter. Yeah, he talks about it in the beginning, you know, blah, 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 what are you doing here, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your hospitality, thank you for healing me, and all that shit. And then it's just kind of like, fuck them. So after about an hour into the movie, I'm like, where are we going with this, you know? And I hate to say it, but most of the movie takes place in this location. Sam lives in a small camper. He does somewhat heal up. They become kind of like, I wouldn't say father and daughter, but they develop this love-hate bond. They get mad at each other. He gets overprotective. And he becomes so paranoid because he sees this person out in the distance. And this person named is Jesse. He is also a young boy. And Danny is immediately suspicious of him, rightfully so, because, you know, Sam just turned 13, I'm assuming, because there's a scene in the movie where they make it a point to fucking point out that she should start her cycle. So after about another 45 minutes, things get heated up. We find out that Jesse is a bad guy. Danny takes it upon himself to infiltrate Jesse's small campsite where he sees nudie mags, and he also sees like this symbol of the motherhood movement, which is a thing from the first portion of the movie, which I truly feel like it has nothing to fucking do with the movie at this point, and it really pissed me off because for one, they don't explain what it is. I feel like two, you're just throwing that in there to remind people like, hey, we once had a story about this. So when push comes to shove, yes, Jesse attempts to force himself upon Sam, and Danny of course comes to the rescue. Boom, shoots him dead. I was like, you know what? Thanks, Danny. You know, I'm sure Sam's gonna appreciate that. Did Sam appreciate that? No, she did not. What does she do? She gets up and fucking stabs Danny. Yes, I was like, why did you do that, Sam? And then she's like, I don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone? Bitch, then why do you just kill the only fucking person on earth then? And what really, like, I don't even want to talk about this. The real unsettling thing is, fucking Danny's sitting there bleeding out to death on the rock. And after Sam says, I don't want to be alone, she unzips his pants, unzips her pants, and it happens. Yeah, she forces herself upon this dying man, and the last fucking scene you see of the movie is Sam with a baby. I'm not gonna harp on the lasting scene because, for one, it was fucking disgusting as it is me talking about it, but it was the fact that this dude full-fledged had his schlong out, for one, which made the scene completely uncomfortable. I feel like you could have did that, like, we got the point, you don't need to pull out the schlong. The movie just led into a direction that just threw me off guard. Like, even to now, I'm just at a loss for words because you had this great apocalypse setting that was so different, and you had Danny's family backstory, the underlying story going on. So yeah, so I really loved, I wouldn't even say the first half, I really loved the first 30 to 40% of this movie. Like, I was so encapsulated on the fucking premise. Like, I really was. And then most of the movie takes place with Sam, and Sam is just a young girl, and they become bonding. You know, it's kind of like The Last of Us in the parallel of that. I was like, okay, that's cool. So I wonder what the climax is going to be. And then you throw in Jesse, and I was like, you know, this isn't going to turn out good. And that didn't turn out good. And then you hit me with that fucked up ending. And I was just like, why do we even have to have that? The ending scene is Sam with a baby. So I was like, okay, so what was the fucking point of this movie? How do you go from having this really cool apocalyptic setting to dumbing all of this down because Danny was out there exploring buildings? You know, he was finding fucking bottled water, finding dead bodies. You were showing his backstory of how the mom was progressively getting worse and they went to the hospital and they ran away, never saw him again. And then you dumb it down into this fucking trailer. Well, I get you had to do that because he's healing up and Sam's helping him and they bond together. And then you just straight up say, fuck it, I'm not even gonna mention your fucking family again. Danny's like, you know what, fuck them, I don't need them. I'm at a loss for words for how fucking angry you made me at this movie. the fucking diverging plot points, like you went from boom, 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 boom. The ending, it's like, oh my god, dude. How was that even legal? You know, what the fuck is going on? And I really tried giving it the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, maybe this is some kind of underlying metaphor about motherhood or something like that, because they have this motherhood symbol of, you know, mothers taking the earth back and shit like that. And then you have Sam as a mother. But I just don't see how any of that connects properly. But guys, I'm not gonna harp on this movie. Honestly, if it wasn't for the first start of this movie, I wouldn't have even fucking reviewed it. But again, the start of the movie was so fucking good. It was so enticing that I at least had to share this portion with you. But I couldn't just share this golden little bit and not share the rest of this fucking diarrhea train. If I had to rate this, I'm gonna give this a goddamn... Boy, I'm gonna give this a fucking 3 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. And that's just because of the disturbing ending and the fucking diverging from the story. If they had made it to where Danny had accepted that they had probably passed away or didn't make it, okay, sure. Sam becoming his new daughter or best friend, sure. You did not go that route. You went fucking Adam Sandler there, and I am still traumatized by that fucking ending. Would I recommend this movie? No. I am reviewing this movie so you don't have to. Stay clear of this. Julian Richings makes a cameo in this, and his part is pretty good. You know, he has a fight scene with Danny and all that. And it's not all bad. I mean, Danny did a good job. Madia Jacket, who plays Sam, the girl, she did a really good job. Carolyn Burchell, who played Mary, the wife, she did a really good job. The cast did a good job. It was just fucking plot point was all over the place, and that twist, I was like, dude, that is not how you do a twist. Like, we don't want to see that. You're going to hell. Yeah, the shock factor was there, but not in a good way. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10. Like I said, it had really good strong bones, but it just fell off the face of the fucking universe. So that's gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for taking time in your day to kick it with me. I do appreciate it. I love you all. Till next time, adios.